All right, hey y'all. I'm gonna do this review on Love and Hip Hop Miami. Miami is back for season two, so it was episode one last night. Um, I'm excited for Miami. I think they have a great cast. It looks like it's gonna be a lot of mess on Miss Amara Negra, and last season she was painted as a little princess. So we're gonna see what dirt they gonna pull up on her this season. But so the season opens up with Trina, who is like, it seems like the whole thing is built around Trick and Trina, but you had to include them. If you're coming to Miami, you have to include Trick and Trina. So it opens up with Trina. She is going on Rico Love's podcast. So it's an all female show for this podcast. It's Miss Mulatto, Dreezy, and Molly Brazy. I never heard of Molly Brazy, but I don't know. So the topic was about being a female in hip hop and achieving success, how to maintain that success and things like that. So somebody from the audience asked about the TNT album, and Trina really didn't have a definite answer. She was unsure as to what to tell them. So after the show, the podcast ended, Rico kind of, pulled Trina to the side. I was like, yo, what's up? What's going on with TNT? And so Trina was like, Trick is acting funny. He don't answer my calls. I'm trying to do this thing and he's not cooperating. So Rico was like, just be patient, be encouraged, like just keep grinding, keep staying on them. So, and let me add, I was glad to see Trina and the other ladies in some tennis shoes. Lord, these heels. Oh, I'm not a heel girl. I cannot wear heels. I can't walk 2 feet in them. I am a flats girl. So I don't fool with no heels. Every now and then you might catch me in a heel, and it's gonna be for 2 or 3 hours max. But yeah, it was refreshing to see them in some tennis shoes and just be comfortable and natural. I was there for that. So the next scene goes to Young Hollywood. He went to, it looked like a dope little Spanish restaurant. I could smell it. I was like, ooh, smell good in there. I want to go eat there and see what's going on, what they got. So Young Hollywood, I couldn't tell. It seemed like they were very friendly. I couldn't tell if that was his parents or some family member, or I don't know who they were. I don't know if he mentioned it or not, but it seemed like he was very cool with them. So he ends up meeting with Gunplay. He invited Gunplay there so they could talk. So Gunplay says that he's clean now. He finished his rehab program from last season, and he's got a new album on the way, which we're excited to hear. I'm always here for the cast members putting out their music. Like, I listen to it. I will definitely give you a try. I don't know if I'll put you in rotation, but I will definitely give you a try. And he broke up with Keyara. So he said he started entertaining some comments in his DMs. So he was around playing on the DMs, and here comes, whoop, slide up in the DM. It's a model Negra. So I don't know what Amar trying to do, but we'll see. So I think I missed one little part. Somebody was pulling up in the car. I couldn't see that part, but anyway, it goes next scene to Jessie Woo. So Jessie's in church and she's singing. She sounds good. So her mama is the pastor of the church, and they sit down and talk after service, and her mom is excited that she's back home and she wants to see her more in church, more involved in church, and less of that funny stuff she's doing on YouTube. I've never seen Jessie Woo YouTube sketches. I might have to look them up and see some how funny she is. But y'all, I don't have my glasses on today because it's raining, and I hate wearing my glasses in the rain because then I have to clean them and they smear and it annoys me. So usually when it rains, I put on my contacts. So give you a little contact action today. But anyway, so Jessie does this little talk show. Not little. I'm not demeaning her, downplaying her, but she has a talk show, not talk show, but little thing that she does called Sister. And I looked it up because I thought she was saying sister talk, and I was like, oh, she trying to take the sister circle thing. No, hers is sister. Like, you know how we joke and say, ooh, my sister. Like, hers is really called sister talk. So she wants to do a brunch. So her mama's like, baby, Sunday is for the Lord now. I don't play on Sunday. So if you want me to come Don't do it on no Sunday. She said, no, Mom, it's after church, it's brunch. And Mama looking at her like, you know, Jesus' day is Sunday. I don't do that. Don't do me. So they go to, the next scene goes to Prince. So Prince and his dad, Lord have mercy. Did y'all see Prince Daddy is fine? Lord, he's a fine little old man. But Prince Daddy is Jamaican. And he apparently was a party promoter back in his heyday. So Prince expresses to his dad, like, you know, I'm getting tired of this party scene. Like, I so much more. I want to do more. And I'm sure, you know, after the first season, he probably saw the opportunities that he could grow. And, you know, it really probably challenged him to think a little higher, a little deeper into his resources and what he could do. So he invited Bobby and Tip to come. Bobby and Tip come through. And people are suspecting, they have been sending tweets and suspecting that Bobby and Prince were a little more than friends like they claim to be. So, oh my God, did y'all see that video they showed when Bobby was chasing Prince and he hit, oh my God, when he hit, I could tell he was turning. He hit that door. Oh my God, Bobby was pissed. He was pissed at Prince. But anyway, so we see Amara. She rushes back home because her mom had burned her hand. Amara was out of town, and her mom, somehow she forgot the candle was lit and it started a fire, and she tried to grab it. Her instinct was just to grab the candle, and they show pictures of her hand. It got all swollen and bruised and you know, like a burn. It was a really bad burn. So her hand was wrapped up. So Amara and her mom, they always I think they have like a mild separation anxiety because, I mean, I understand you love your mother and stuff, but you know, at a certain age in your 20s, you be glad to get away from your mother. Like, you don't want to be, you know, I wasn't that girl. You know, I love my mother, but to be up under her 24/7 and mommy, like, I can't do that. So, but I just think they have just a twinge of separation, just a little mild separation. It's like, so, or they could just be really putting on being really extra. Like, that could be part of her thing. Because remember, last season, she brought her mama on a date with Hollywood. Like, that was kind of weird to go to the strip club with your mom and all this. Like, no. Nah. So anyway, but I do want to add that Amara is definitely the breakout star of Love and Hip Hop Miami. Like, we didn't know who she was. She was the one that we instantly were attracted to. We grew to love her from last season. And I follow her on Instagram, and like, she is doing it. She's doing like shows and getting, she never stays home, for real. She's always busy doing something. And I'm happy for her. I'm glad for her because she's a beautiful girl. Her skin is beautiful. She has a nice shape. I listened to a couple of her Spanish songs. Of course, I don't understand Spanish, but I like a lot of the beats. I like her tone, her medley, all of that. So, I mean, she is a star, you know. So, all of her efforts are well worth her success, what she gets. So, Mr. Trick Daddy, Mr. 305, Slip and Slide, he hanging out like the trap boys do, you know. They playing cards, they grilling, they kicking it, they talking. And Trina calls to see if he's coming to the studio. So he throw Trina to the side. He declined her call. He don't feel like messing with Trina right now. So she gets mad. She start venting to the engineer. She like, see, I told y'all it ain't me. It's him. I keep trying to set this stuff up. I done sent him music, and he's not answering me. Y'all see it's him. So how could the engineer say, well, Trina, he telling us it's you? Obviously, it ain't Trina. Trina's in the studio. She's ready to go. She got her vocals. She got her word, her lyrics. She got the beats. Trina is ready to go. Trina is not the problem. The problem is Trick Daddy. So Amara and JoJo meet up, and they're catching up on things. So JoJo was like, I'm sorry, Amara had to come home because of the reason that her mom burned her hand, but I'm glad to see her anyway. So JoJo Daddy is still out here in these streets being a creep and don't want to help them financially because JoJo testified against him, which is whack. So her mom had to get a job. Her mom hadn't worked the whole time. She raised the kids. That was their arrangement when she was married. And now she's working as a real estate, which I think is a a good reputable job for somebody of that nature, because a lot of them probably own property, and they probably flip property and stuff, so they probably all have a hand in real estate somehow. So I mean, that's cool. That's not demeaning for her to do, to go from that lifestyle to sell real estate. But then I was thinking, her mom really, I don't think she speaks English too well. Like, her accent is really thick, so she probably sells to Spanish speaking customers, which I thought was pretty cool. Cause I was like, oh, so Spanish people have, no, I'm not. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. Mm-mm. So they start talking about Bobby and Prince's newfound friendship, and Amara tells JoJo to be careful because Bobby is super messy, which we know Bobby is super messy, but I don't know. We're gonna see what Bobby gonna do this season. So Jessie finally gets to host Sister Talk brunch, and JoJo, her mama there, Miami Tip and her mom. And JoJo mom, she's spilling tea. She right off the bat telling us that JoJo and Pleasure P been messing around, which I think is so ironic that Joy was there. Joy mother was not there. So why was Joy there, just to be part of the audience, knowing that Joy kind of feeling Pleasure P? You know, they have a friendship, and it's a little could teeter the line sometimes, but they try to keep it professional. But I don't know. I think sometimes that they might have messed around, but they don't talk about it, or it could have almost should have happened one time. You know how that thing go, you know. So anyway, so Joy gives her blessing. Apparently she doesn't have any strong feelings toward Pleasure, that she can't see him with someone else, you know. So she gives her blessing. She said, well, it ain't me that you're gonna have a problem with, it's the people he around. So JoJo was like, I ain't scared of Shay Shay. Y'all know we always double, you know, people nickname. We call her Nene, Ray Ray, Tay Tay. Shay Shay. That's her new nickname this season, Shay Shay. No, I ain't scared of Shay Shay. So JoJo says she won't loyal to Shay. So she don't feel bad for dating Pleasure. So Tip calls out JoJo, because Tip is like, well, wait a minute. You kind of in the mix with Bobby and Prince, and you telling Amara this, and you telling, and JoJo was like, hold up, hold up, hold up, Tip. She was like, look, whatever I say, I can say to Amara face, I can say it to Bobby face, I can say it to Prince face. I ain't around here just randomly talking about them behind their back to the point that I can't say it to their face. So Tip like, girl, let me go. She just gets up abruptly and she leave. And she like, I ain't trying to hear that. Like, I think JoJo was fake. So we know that's gonna erupt later on. That's just a little bubble waiting to happen. That thing is gonna bust later on this season. So Gunplay goes to try to work things out with Keyara. So Keyara said that her female intuition, yes, Keyara, you better listen to that gut. You better listen to your female intuition. Her female intuition let her know that something just ain't right. She went Key Sweat on Gunplay. Look, Gunplay said, okay, look, I flirted. I did. I was in the DMs. I was playing around, you know, but nothing happened and nothing will happen. And Kiara was like, that's mad disrespectful. No, I'm not tolerating that. Like, that compounded with all the other things that's happened between us in the last 4 years. Like, no, you're disrespectful. I don't want to be with you. So, you know, I personally think that both of them had valid points in the argument. Gunplay saw it from one way, Keyara saw it from one way, which is typical in a relationship because you got two different people. But I don't think it was like something that they should have broke up for. Like, I think that was kind of like, okay, look, I'm putting it on the table. This is what I don't like. Don't continue to do it. You know, I think that's one of those evolution and building things in a relationship. But Kiara felt like, you know, I need some time. I need some space. So their relationship is still unresolved. So finally, we get to what we want to see. Trina confronts Trick about the TNT album. They was doing the little bring it to the house, take it to the house. I guess like a reunion, or maybe they get together and do a show or something. And Trina put her set in the show, so she started doing her songs and stuff. So Trick got mad. Wait a minute, did I go too far? Hold on. So, okay, let me go back. So, Trina confronts Trick about completing TNT, right? The long awaited album we waited last season for. Trick throws a tantrum. Trick likes to be in control. So remember last season he didn't want Joy to be happy with him. Now he don't want to do the album until he say he ready to do the album. He don't want Trina leading this because then it looks like he's not in charge. So Trick has some issues, okay? Trick has to be the man. He has to be the one dominant. He has to be the one. It has to go on his time. And he don't want Trina pulling him, telling him when to be at the studio, when he need to show up. He's not a new artist. That's some new artist type stuff, okay? When the major artist tells the new artist, oh, get here this time, and you need to do this and this, and here's the music you're going to put out. Trick is like, no, Trina, you're not going to tell me what to do. You're not going to run me. I put you on. I'm the man. I'll be there when I get there. That's how Trick feel. So they go out to do the show. They do the Take It to the House. Of course, it's a classic. You know, everybody's here for it. So then it kind of, the scene gets a little choppy. So Trick says that Trina changed the lineup. Then it looked like the show was just over. Prince's phone started blowing up. So that, I don't know, that editing part was a little funny. Trina had a complete meltdown backstage. She's fussing and cussing, and production comes to check on her, make sure she's okay. So I did recognize one of the producers, Mari Lopez, the one that was rubbing Trina. She was just rubbing. She was like, Trina, you okay, girl? She was just rubbing Trina. And so her name is Mari Lopez. She is the co-executive producer of Love and Hip Hop Miami. If I'm correct. Now I stand corrected. Y'all can let me know. But she looked familiar. You know, I felt like, remember in New Jack City when he kept saying, I know that nigga from somewhere. Yeah, that's how I felt when I saw Mark. I follow all them producers and stuff because that's how you know what's coming out before everybody else. So I follow Mari, and she looked familiar, and I said, who is this girl that keep rubbing Trina's hair? She just rubbing Trina. I think it's Mari. Anyway, so Trina started crying. So we found out after commercial that Trina was mad because Trick cut her song off, and that's why she snapped, and it was just a whole mess. So that's how Love and Hip Hop Miami went, episode 1. So y'all stay tuned with me. Drop down in the comments. I got some feedback yesterday about the Love and Marriage Huntsville, which is going to be on OWN, produced by Carlos King. It's a new type of reality show. It's really on a mature level. So I'm telling y'all, anything on Oprah Network is going to be legit. It's not ghetto at all. I'm not saying Love and Hip Hop is ghetto, Mona, because I love you. But I'm just saying it's not going to be what that franchise is. So thank y'all. Like, comment,